Hello, a little rainy as I film this, so hope you can hear me over the rain hitting the roof. But here it is. This is the Z-Scale tuning fork layout that I was working on. It's now complete. Done a little testing with the locomotives. Probably not going to do a running session in this video, but just wanted to give you a look and then talk about how I built it and a little bit more about the operational ideas I had for it. So here's a little close-up tour of the tuning fork. You see the siding here, main line, which could also be a siding of a sort if you know how tuning forks work. Turnout, and then the lead. And of course in Z-Scale we plug in the power on Roku hand track, so that's where that goes. I had another Z-Scale tuning fork with quite a few buildings on it, including a freight platform. And I lost interest in it pretty fast because it was limiting. The freight platform kind of dictated what sort of cars could be switched in to the siding. Whereas with this is more open-ended. This could go to an industry off-side. This could be a open team track sort of area. This could be an exchange siding with, a little gravel and dirt near a town and all that. So one railroad can drop off cars and the other can pick them up and vice versa. So it leaves it a lot more flexible as to what sort of operations I can do, including just the simple moving cars back and forth. Now I want to talk a little bit about the construction, and it was fairly simple. Of course, the track is new. Kind of bad about not always saving track. But this didn't cost me too much. The trees here are from the package of 3 JTT trees that I bought for the loop layout I built a few months back. I still have it. I may run it now and again. But I had several trees left, so I decided to use them as part of the scenery. And I also still had some of the clump foliage from the last batch of layouts. So I've put that in. You can kind of see there's a lot on both sides of the line here. And what I thought about was there would be a bit more vegetation here, as this is sort of a town area or implied town area. And so the town, at least towns in my part of Kansas, are usually close to creeks or rivers. So the soil is a bit more moist. Well, there's a bit more moisture, I should say, available for plants. Yes, I am a writer, I'm not a talker. So there's a lot more vegetation in this area. Of course, a little clump of trees and the vegetation there. But as we get out of the town area into the rural area, a lot less trees, a lot less vegetation. And so another thing that I decided to do to save on money was to just get one type of ground foam. And the thought I had was to lay down some paint and then drop the ground foam in and put more paint on top. So what you can see, it might be hard to see in this video, but I have my ground foam and then I just put down a layer of paint. Then once I was sure the ground foam and paint were dry, put down a second layer of paint and let that dry. Took a while, but as you can see, I've got some different shades, even using just one color of paint, because things dry differently. So There are areas of dark and light, but you know, you feel it. It feels kind of rough, kind of like grass, but again, this is Z-scale. You get different shadings as to how things are painted. And over here, same sort of technique, but with khaki paint for sort of tannish gravel as opposed to the green paint for the grass area. Kind of see a little bit of the paint coming through over here. So that's kind of how I did my budget scenery. Of course, I had a truck from one of my old layouts, so I glued it in on here just to make sure that there's some sort of human life on this. Otherwise, very inexpensive. This is on a single piece of insulation foam. Accidentally got separated, so glued it together. And underneath is some foam sheets to keep it together. So it's lightweight, it's sturdy. Overall, I like it. So I'm not too sure if I'm going to do running videos with this, but I might give it a shot now that I've got a nice little tripod for using with my iPhone camera. So we'll see if I do a little bit of that. Not going to be doing much in the way of 3D printing. My printer, after a few years of faithful service, has given up the ghost. The motor that pulls in the filament has given out. This model came out in, I think, 2018 or 2019, and I've had it for 3.5 years. I don't have the money to buy a new one, so for now, I'm not going to be doing any designing or printing. We will see if I get a chance to get a new printer one of these days. If you'd like to help me out, I have a Buy Me a Coffee page where you can donate and get ebooks. I also suggest that you buy my books. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video whenever that comes out. Maybe it'll be a running video. Maybe it'll be on something other than model railroads. Anyway, hope you are having fun with your hobby, whatever it is, model railroading or reading or anything else. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.